It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Seattle. It's the Panthers and the Seahawks. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest. For the chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive.
They're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a little spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw here. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is good for a first down, his second grab in this NFC Championship bout.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Mayfield. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that might be his last pass in the NFL because when you throw an interception, especially a pick 6 as a kicker, CD, I don't know that you recover from that one.
You got to remember one thing. My vintage takes me back to shades of California against Washington in Super Bowl 7. Yeah, folks, I can tell you to do an encyclopedia search, but actually nowadays you do an internet search. Check that one out. And that was at least off of a block kick. This was a design throw. Results the same, though. Interception, 6 points going the other way. Hello, Mike Bass. Remember you?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, he shifts past him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mayfield off the play fake. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Jalen Ramsey with a sack on the corner blitz. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mayfield looking left sideline, incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson, 63 yards. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, 68 yards.
And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Extra point open through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Panthers about ready to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore.
70 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Mayfield's throw here into the hands of Moore.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He got the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Mayfield with it once more. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here. So that challenge is a successful one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He lets it fly for Lockett.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bulldozes past him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a rout is on here in this first half. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. You will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the New York Jets squaring off against the Buffalo Bills. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Back to throw now on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They'll try and run for it. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A first down throw for Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Mayfield looks to throw. That's caught right side by Anderson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Mayfield on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Higgins.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Second and 2.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. From the gun, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Panthers are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. Touchdown! Giovanni reaching. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. A call in luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield over the middle. He's got Chenault. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where his coaches you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now Mayfield to Chenault on the slant. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The offense on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Mayfield now from the 50. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Found his target, it's Anderson. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
At his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, well, really, it's ridiculous, impossible, whatever you want to call it, 22.6 miles per hour. Fields it right around the goal line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl, resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And a good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Hands it off out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Mayfield. This is Chenault on the receiving end. Down inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.